Hi, I'd like to just take some time to talk about personalised psychological healthcare. Now, personalised psychological medicine already exists. Typically what happens is that you'll have your genome sequenced, or you'll have some specific tests that will tell you where your vulnerabilities lie and might tell you why you have certain problems, and then it offers the opportunity to perhaps take a remedial medicine or some vitamin supplement or do something different based upon that information. A lot of times it's about risk. You have an elevated risk for this or an elevated risk for that, and so you can then make decisions based upon that risk. Personalized psychological healthcare doesn't really exist in the same form. So what we've done, we've developed a way of making personalized psychological healthcare relevant to mental health problems. Because every mental health problem is unique to you. Now, we lump them together. We say depression, anxiety, PTSD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And if you go to a doctor or a psychiatrist, they will say you are depressed, therefore they will give you a diagnosis of depression or anxiety or whatever. It's a very general diagnosis that would apply to you and hundreds of millions of other people. And then they will give you a treatment which is also extremely general. They will likely enough give you an antidepressant or an antipsychotic or something, right? They'll give you a medication, and they could give that medication to 100, 200, 300 million other people. That's the treatment for that. It can't get more general than that. But your individual psychological makeup is like your individual genome, right? It's specific to you. No two people have the same psychological makeup. So we've devised a way of really drilling down to the psychological problems that you have and also your psychological makeup to identify what we call neuroprograms and processes that are creating the problems that you have, either historically or in the present moment, and are maintaining the problems that you have now and in the future. So for instance, if you just say, well, why don't I just get better? Well, because you have neuroprograms and processes maintaining those problems. If you just say, why do I have this problem? Well, it's because you've got neuroprograms and processes that have created this problem. So in a general situation, you're really learning very little about what's causing your problems and what's keeping them in place. But with personalized psychological healthcare and treatment, you're learning exactly what is causing your problems and exactly what is keeping them in place. Now you might say, well, I had a poor childhood. Yeah, okay, that's a contributing factor, but it's not the actual reason right now that your problems are being maintained. They're being maintained by neuroprograms and processes that were perhaps created back then. So I think that it's essential, if we want to really get a handle on treating mental health problems and really, to a degree, eradicating them, that we put more and more attention on crafting and creating focused and targeted psychological interventions that are specific to the problems that you have. If you're interested in learning more about personalized psychological healthcare and treatment, please check out drpurvis.com.